Hey, what's up everybody on YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be doing a LCD replacement. And this is going to be the entire screen replacement, which includes the LCD inside, the digitizer, and the glass. And also it comes glued to the frame. So what I'm doing is I'm just replacing the entire LCD assembly, which comes with all those parts. And this is the LG Nexus 5. So yeah, let's get started. First thing you want to do is remove the SIM card tray, and you can do that with a SIM card tray remover, like the one that all the iPhones bring, or you can just use something very thin, like an earring or a needle. Just push it in there. Take the SIM card tray out. All right, next thing you're gonna want to do is we're gonna need to take the back cover off, and it's on there pretty tight with clips. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start prying up on the bottom where the charging port is. You're gonna kind of just wedge in here, and either with an open prying tool or your nails, you can lift it up a little bit. See, and it starts opening, and then you can just wedge all around it, releasing all the clips. All right, yeah. Also, you're gonna want to power the phone off before you begin the process. So power it off. All right, now that we have that all the way, what we're gonna be using is a small Phillips head screwdriver to remove all of these screws. So let's begin removing these screws up here, holding the top portion of the motherboard on. It's gonna be just a couple screws. About 6 screws up here and 4 screws on the bottom. Alright, once all of the 6 screws are moved up here, you can pry this up and it comes out. Alright, next thing we want to do is we're going to remove the bottom 4 screws. Alright, once the 4 screws are out, we can pry this up as well. Okay, the bottom, that's the loudspeaker. It comes right out. Next thing we're going to want to do before we begin unplugging anything is unplug the battery first, which is this little cable right here. So just lift it up carefully. The battery is now unplugged. Alright, next thing we're going to want to do is start disconnecting all of the flex cables. So let's start off down here. Remove that one. I'm going to move this one right here. Okay. You're going to want to remove this one up here. And we're going to remove this antenna up here. You can pry it up with the prying tool or with your nail. Pry it up gently. And this white antenna right here, pry that up as well. Oh, and we're gonna have to also disconnect the camera, because the camera stays there because it has a little bit of adhesive holding it down. So let's put the motherboard to the side. Okay, once you have the motherboard out, we're gonna lift up this flex cable down here, which is the charging port flex cable. Lift up this antenna and this antenna as well, move them to the sides, and we can begin to lift up here. All right, you might need a thin prying tool to lift this up down here. All right, this one comes right out. You gotta wedge under it carefully. If it has more glue holding it down, pry under it carefully without ripping, without cutting these cables. Okay, once that is out of the way, we're gonna have to remove the top headphone jack. What you could do is you could just stick the screwdriver in and just lift it up. It comes right out. put it to the side. We're going to lift up the front camera, pry up on it. You can do it with your nail or the prying tool. Alright, comes right out. Alright, we're gonna have to also lift up the speaker, the ear speaker, which is up here. So pry up on that as well carefully, slowly. Oh, came out. That is the ear speaker. Let's put that over here. Okay, and then for the camera is held down by some adhesive there, but you can pull on it here gently, wiggle it around without ripping the cable, and pull it, and it will come out. You might have to pull on it a little bit hard, but you know, do it carefully so that it doesn't rip. So the camera's out, and next thing we're gonna have to remove is the battery. Now the battery is also held down by adhesive, so you might want to heat this up a little bit on this side to be able to remove the battery a little bit easier. And then with the prying tool, you could use like a butter knife if you don't have a prying tool, and begin prying up on it. Alright, so like I said, I mean, it is recommended that you use a more professional open prying tool, but you can do it with a butter knife, and I'm going to show you. Alright, so we're going to want to start wedging up wherever you see a nice gap in between the battery and the frame. So I see a nice gap down here. I'm just going to get under there. And slowly pry up. Alright, so there you go. The battery came up a little bit. We can lift it up now. And the battery is out. Alright, so that's pretty much it. All the pieces are out of the LCD frame. So now all you have to do is get the new LCD screen and frame assembly that you're going to install. Alright, get the new LCD and frame that you're going to install, and we're just going to put all the pieces back on and put it together. So let's put on the battery first. We can do it in the same order that we took everything out. So let's put the camera back. Let's place the ear speaker. The ear speaker goes over here. Like that, if I'm correct. The headphone jack goes right here. The front facing camera. There we go. Alright, and let's put in the bottom charging port section. So let's place the little charging port socket in first. Place it in there, and then once it's situated in there correctly, we can push down on it. There you go. And let's place the antennas in through here. Okay, and now let's connect this bottom flex cable here, which is for the LCD screen. Now we're going to place the motherboard back on. Make sure to move the flex cables out of the way. Oh, the front camera goes like this. There we go. and the ear speaker goes the other way around, like this. There we go. Alright, so it looks like the motherboard is situated incorrectly, so now we can start connecting the flex cables back on. Alright, let's connect this flex cable down here. And let's connect the battery back on. Alright, now we're going to connect the antennas that were removed. Let's move this one out of the way. Alright, so all the cables are connected back on. So now I'm going to start putting the bottom portion back on and the screws.
So it's 4 screws in the bottom.
Alright, let's put the top cover back on.
And let's place all the screws back in.
Alright, so once all of these screws are back on, we're going to place the back cover back on and squeeze tighter on the edges so that all the clips get back into place. Alright, let's put the SIM card tray back on. And let's test the phone out. Alright, so there you go. Looks like the screen's working fine. Hope this video helped you out. If it did, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Peace.